Warning, this podcast contains themes of extreme violence and murder. Subject matter may be offensive to some listeners. Discretion advised.
Welcome to another episode of Evil Transgression, your homicide headquarters here in podcasting. I'm Josh, and with me as always, Dustin and Rex.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Dude, that was a lot.
It was awesome.
What was great is I've seen the concentration on your face to make sure you didn't screw it up. Like, it's amazing that's what we screw up every week, is you figuring out what you're going to say.
What he's going to say.
Well, it's because Rex won't let me say, hey, what's up?
Because that's mine.
He won't let me say it. He's like,
because you never said it to begin with.
Every time I say it, he's like, that's mine. Like, whatever.
That's what I say.
I think it screws him up because in the beginning, I always said, hey, what's up first? And then he said his line. And now that we've switched it.
Yeah. It's all
poor
good,
guy.
though. What's new?
We have a patron sponsored episode.
Give it to me.
Give it up for Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney.
Courtney has joined the insanity that is the Evil Mob Patreon.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Courtney. Hope you enjoy all the extra content you just received. Let us know what you think.
And don't let it discourage you from remaining a Patreon. A patron. Patron?
One or the other.
Whatever you want to call
I
it.
believe it's technically a patron,
Probably.
but the company is Patreon.
Yeah.
So are they
Sounds
Patreons or are they
You're making
patrons?
this way too difficult.
Says the guy that makes the intros difficult because he don't know whether to say, hey, what's up, or what's going on.
Whatever, bro. What else you got for us?
I'm going to give you a little bit of amazingness.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, we always ask for reviews, right? We're always like, oh, God, we'll cut your grass for reviews. And, we're the guys that stand on the end of the freeways with the cardboard signs.
Review us. Yeah.
So we got probably one of my favorite reviews because, man, is this one going into the details.
Yes. Amazing.
So, one of our newest reviews, which hopefully this inspires everyone to leave an amazing review like this, is from Ashley Noel. And the title is The Little Podcast That Could and Does It All. So, right off the bat, you're hitting hard with an amazing title.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it says, I've been listening to Evil Transgression since its early infancy. I consume podcasts at a rate that is almost unsustainable, and I happened upon the show on one of my desperate quests to find more content, especially in the realm of true crime. I personally look for audio and voice quality, and then I consider the content. This podcast is not only intriguing, but has superior audio quality, that of a highly professional podcast. I appreciate the deep voices, and I especially appreciate watching the show grow as Josh, Dustin, and Rex get more comfortable on the mics and evolve their quite lovely and refreshing banter. Their most recent addition to the show is a small segment in the beginning of the episodes called Evil Facts, which always surprises me with new true crime facts I surprisingly didn't already know. I applaud the attention to detail in the stories, but the lightheartedness adds some spice and differentiates them from other true crime shows. In all honesty, it is quite difficult to compare the show to any other since there truly isn't another show like it. These are the kind of podcasts that I love most because It is more about having fun and a good time rather than being serious around an already so serious subject. I hope the podcast can continue for a long time so my addiction to true crime can continue to flourish. Sincerely, an OG evil mobster.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a good review.
That is a review.
Mm-hmm.
That is a review of reviews.
True.
We've had some good ones, but Ashley Knoll, that is a great review.
It is.
Thanks, Ashley.
So hopefully everyone is inspired by that amazing review and goes and leaves their own amazing review.
Definitely.
So Dustin can stop complaining about Apple. Who never shows us any love.
No, none at all.
But
the thing is, by the looks of it, as many downloads as we get, I should have thousands of reviews on Apple.
not everybody listens on Apple, though.
I don't care. Find a way.
Find a way.
Well, but what I'm saying is a lot of people that don't listen on Apple has trouble leaving an Apple review.
I know. I was just making a joke.
No, he wasn't.
Kind of.
Kind of. 50-50.
50-50. If you can't leave a review, just tell your friends.
Yeah.
Somebody you know has an iPhone.
Maybe. I know a few. But, I mean, that makes you feel good.
Oh, it does.
That review makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It's got to make Rex feel good.
Yeah.
Because what we've said for the longest is, we may not be the greatest true crime podcast show.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, do we sound good.
It made me tingle.
Rex has put a lot of time and money into making us sound like Greek gods. A lot of people don't understand what goes into that.
I don't even understand.
A lot of work and a lot of money.
And I'm still learning as we go, you know.
But you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
When we get a review where it says we sound like a highly professional one,
Uh-huh.
boy, we've come a long way.
Yes,
Long way from your basement.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. That took us 8 days to record the first episode.
It took days to record the first episode.
It did. We get like
Josh kept getting
10
mad.
minutes into it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even figure this out. This is stupid. Put down the tape recorder, Dustin. What have you guys been up to this week?
Nothing.
Don't say anything
Nothing.
about...
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Just watching the Bengals win.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
Oh, no.
Who day? 31 years.
Yeah.
Let me get one. Let me see. Let me hear it. Come on. Give me a who day.
No. Because I already know who day is.
Yeah.
The Browns beat them for the last 2 years.
Ooh.
And we suck.
Oh.
I've just been preparing for the war in Moscow, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Getting the troop ready. The old DMR guys. Shout out to my fellas on Warpath.
Oh God. You and your friends.
Yeah. My Warpath guys, the DMR fellas.
Y'all are some nerds.
Man, we've really grown as a family. Like,
Yeah. Why don't you move to Moscow with them?
they're not in Moscow.
Oh.
We're scattered all over the place. I got guys in UK, got guys
Nice.
in West Virginia, guys in, Canada,
UK, West Virginia.
Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah, everywhere.
I got a K9 sheriff in West Virginia.
Ooh,
But these guys have all become my friends through a war game.
it's amazing.
It's crazy. But we're getting ready for the war in Moscow, so it's going to get serious. It's getting ready to get serious around.
Let us know how
around
it
here.
goes.
You know what we should probably do today?
Some evil facts.
Some evil facts.
evil facts.
Eileen Warnos had a pretty creative nickname. It was Cigarette Pig.
What?
Yeah. After allegedly being sexually abused by her grandfather and other males in her family, she responded by becoming quite sexually precocious. Starting at the age of 13, she traded sexual favors with neighborhood boys for the price of 35 cents, and sometimes oral sex for cigarettes.
Wow.
They cruelly referred to her as cigarette pig or cigarette bandit.
Huh. Interesting.
You don't want to be a cigarette pig.
Dustin's like, too late.
Dustin did smoke when he got here.
He did.
Isn't about me.
Ted Bundy inspired the Silence of the Lambs movie. After he was arrested, he actually helped the FBI track down the Green River Killer, as we discussed before, much like Hannibal Lecter did in The Silence of the Lambs.
It's a great movie.
Bet you didn't know that. So, I got one more for you.
Okay.
Gary Ridgway. You know who Gary Ridgway is?
Yeah. He's a killer.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Way to
I
go.
don't
Yeah.
know which one he is, though.
He's the Green River
Green
Killer.
River Killer, yeah.
He's not the smartest guy. He was dyslexic, was held back a year in school, and barely managed to graduate from high school. In fact, he scored in the low 80s on an IQ test conducted during his murder investigation.
So he was a dummy.
A little bit.
Gary Ridgway was not the smartest tool in the shed. I don't think it's the smartest tool in the shed anyway.
No, it's not.
It's not rocket math. Definitely not rocket math. But that is your evil facts for the day.
Liked them.
Quick, to the point. 3 different serial killers involved in that one. But always a good time.
It is.
You cigarette pig. Today we're going to venture to Georgia.
Georgia.
Here, Georgia Peach. With Mark Barton. You ever heard of Mark Barton?
No.
Well, now you have. We're gonna explore his evilness. The evil.
Evil.
The evilness. So buckle up, evil mob, as we discuss Mark Orrin Barton. Mark Orrin Barton was born in Stockbridge, Georgia on April 2nd, 1955. His father, Truman, worked for the U.S. Air Force, so Mark and his mother, Gladys, moved to Germany with his father for Truman's job. During the majority of his childhood, Mark Barton lived in Europe until the family finally located to Sumter, South Carolina, in the United States. Mark was 11 years old when they returned to the United States. Mark was described as emotionally distant and a loner in school, which led to him being an outcast. However, he was known for being a very intelligent young man. As a teenager, Mark Barton began using hallucinogenic drugs and actually had to be hospitalized a few times due to overdoses.
Oh, wow.
So intelligent in school doesn't mean intelligent in life.
Nope.
I never
Let that be a
understood
lesson.
how people did drugs like that. I don't want to do drugs where I see shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fun.
Imagine being a very intelligent person and being like, you know what I should do? Some LSD.
Well, you're not so intelligent.
I'd like to see a purple dragon. Mark was arrested at 14 for breaking into a drugstore, but did not serve a jail sentence. He did the same thing later on when he was 20 years old, but again, didn't get a jail sentence that time either.
What?
After graduation, Mark attended Clemson University before later transferring to the University of South Carolina.
Is that the same Clemson University that got that ass whooped by the Buckeyes last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Then he transferred to the University of South Carolina.
The Gamecocks?
Go Cox!
That's my favorite.
Go Cox! While attending the University of South Carolina, Mark Barton committed a robbery in order to pay for his drugs. Again, school intelligence does not equal real-life intelligence.
Nope.
He was arrested and charged for the crime and had to undergo drug and psychiatric therapy. Barton ended up graduating from the University of South Carolina in 1979 and then moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Shortly after arriving in Atlanta, Mark Barton met Deborah Spivey. The two married in 1979 and moved to Arkansas after Mark became the president of a manufacturing company named TLC Manufacturing, Inc. in 1984. While in Arkansas, the two would have 2 children together, a son named Matthew and a daughter named Michelle. After the birth of his children, Barton became very controlling over Deborah and was constantly paranoid that she was possibly cheating on him. Not a good recipe for a crazy hallucinogenic drug user.
Yeah, exactly.
This led to a decaying marriage between Deborah and Mark Barton. I can imagine why. Mark Barton was also a crappy co-worker. He constantly had problems at work. He would lock himself in his office and record co-workers' phone conversations. He destroyed another co-worker's work just because he didn't like him, and even belittled a male co-worker's wife in front of the man after she had a miscarriage.
Wow.
So he's a real bag of dicks. That takes a special person like, oh, your wife had a miscarriage? What an idiot.
Right.
That's enough to make you want to fight somebody, then.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're going through something like that, I personally have experience of going through something like that. I probably would have went to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
TLC Manufacturing would finally have enough of old Mark Barton and would eventually fire him in 1990. The news of losing his job set Barton off and led to an outburst that ended in Barton sabotaging the company's data files a few days after the firing.
How did he even get to him?
He snuck back in.
Wow.
Barton was arrested but reached an agreement with TLC Manufacturing, so he didn't serve too much jail time for this. They apparently was like, don't ever come around here again. Deal.
Wow.
Deal.
Dude keeps getting off.
After his release from jail, Mark, Deborah, and the kids moved back into Georgia. It wasn't long before Mark was having an affair with a woman named Leanne Lang. And this is what's sad, is Deborah actually knew about the affair, but was afraid to voice her opinion about it. She was afraid of Mark.
That's got to be a jacked up situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking about a guy that's physically and mentally abusive and paranoid and drug user. But yeah, he's having an affair, but you're too afraid to say, hey, hit the bricks, bitch. She probably should have just taken the kids and ran away.
Oh, for sure.
Because in 1993, 36-year-old Deborah and her 59-year-old mother were found bludgeoned to death with a hatchet in a camping trailer. A witness came forward and described a man matching Mark Barton's description, asking for directions to the lake where the two women were camping. Blood was also found in the car, garage, and kitchen of the Bartons' home. And if you add all that up to the fact the investigators knew about the affair with Leanne and the fact that Mark Barton had taken out a $600,000 life insurance policy on his wife, charges were dropped against him because of lack of evidence.
What?
There's like, you got blood everywhere. You just put out a $600,000 life insurance on the woman that is now murdered. But we ain't got no evidence.
That is insane.
Oh, and you're having an affair. No evidence.
Wow.
What's up with these cops back in the day?
They sucked.
They did.
They sucked.
A little bit.
But we're not talking about like way back in the day, bro.
No,
This is the 90s.
Right.
Like, that sounds like some 1951 stuff there.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And to nobody's surprise, Barton married Leanne 2 years later in 1995. At least he waited 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
How sweet of him.
Mark Barton did not become a better husband in this short time. In fact, his mental health began deteriorating, and the marriage was soon in turmoil. Barton settled with the insurance company, where he received $450,000 of the money, and the other $150,000 would go in a trust for the children. He's like, I care about them kids, but they getting $150. I don't want that $450. Give me that $450K large. Mark Barton was soon under the watch of Georgia law enforcement when his daughter told a daycare worker that her father sexually abused her.
Ooh.
During the course of the investigation, Mark Barton underwent a psychological evaluation. The evaluation did not find any sexual abuse evidence, but the psychologist did note that Mark Barton had homicidal tendencies.
That's not enough right there.
Enough for what?
To what, lock him up?
Yeah. Like, or
Hey.
get him some.
We're talking about a guy that had murdered women's blood in his house
True.
while having an affair with a woman
And taking out a life
and
insurance
taking out
policy.
a life insurance policy on
Yeah.
one of the deceased.
Yep.
And they was like, nah, he did.
No red flags there.
We don't know what happened.
Must be those same detectives that said the cocaine broke their neck.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
She done did some cocaine, broke her neck. That's what blows my mind about some of these stories. Like, why didn't we ever go into like criminal justice? It didn't seem like it was hard during these time periods. Like,
Nope.
you know, nowadays it's probably a lot, you know, easier for like criminal investigations and stuff with, you know, social media and all the stuff that's out there now.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough to get away with crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got CCTV everywhere.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's cameras everywhere now.
Back then, it's like they almost believed everything you told them. Like, wasn't there? I don't
Yeah.
know what happened.
Yeah.
What,
Okay.
like Jedi mind trick. Like, you killed these women. I did not kill these women. He did not kill these women. But that's how it seems. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It does.
It's amazing to me. Broke her neck doing that cocaine. Things got worse when Mark Barton blew through his ex-wife's life insurance money, losing hundreds of thousands of dollars while day trading at his current workplaces, Momentum Securities, and the All Tech Investment Group.
Lost it all.
Lost all his money.
He's no Nancy Pelosi. I'll tell you that.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you blow through 450 grand day trading, you shouldn't day trade because you suck at it.
Right.
I think after my first initial couple thousand,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, it's probably a good thing.
Have you ever
for me.
done any stock trading?
Yeah, I got into Bitcoin back in the day.
That's not stock trading. That's totally.
But I got into that.
You actually had Bitcoin?
No, but like that stuff was that Litecoin.
Oh, just the
Ethereum.
different cryptos.
Yeah, I got into that.
You got the Wish version of Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin. But yeah, I've done a little. And when I say a little, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go buy me $5 worth of Tesla stock, which is like 0.00005% of Tesla stock. And then I'll get like $3. And I'm like, hell yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, baby. Then I sell it and make like 36 cents. Yeah, I'm about to be rich. Stock market is a scary place.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is.
But especially when you suck like Mark Barton and you're just throwing 450 G at it, watching it disappear.
What an idiot.
His poor performance in the stock market often made Mark have outbursts, which earned him the nickname The Rocket. This nickname was given to him because of his explosive nature when things went wrong. Here comes the Rocket. Come in like, I just bought $100,000 worth of stock in China King. What's that? Chinese restaurant.
It's Burger King's cousin.
Mark, you suck at this. By October of 1998, Mark Barton was once again unemployed and depressed. He called his wife Leanne at work and told her he was suicidal. which probably wouldn't have been a bad thing for everyone involved.
True.
But when she got home, Mark told her he was okay now because he killed the cat.
What?
Mark did indeed kill his daughter's cat by shooting it before burying it in the backyard.
That's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Hey, for the next couple of days, Mark acted to be concerned as he helped Michelle look for her lost cat.
That's fucked up.
Dude is crazy.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Yeah.
If anything says this guy's going to be a killer, it's killing your daughter's cat and then helping her look for it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling suicidal, so I killed the cat. Like, imagine coming home to that. You come home after a hard day at work, and you're worried about your husband. I'm just so concerned. He called me and said he's suicidal. So I'm going to rush home. I get home and I'm like, Mark, are you okay? Oh, I'm good now. Why? I killed Fluffy. That's when you say, okay, Mark, and you go upstairs and pack your stuff and grab your kids and get in your station wagon with the wood paneling. I don't know why I said that. I just pictured that. Like, that's how she's getting away with it. And just you drive off into the sunset and go to the police like, hey, this dude's nuts.
Yeah.
You know, the same guy that probably killed his wife and his mother-in-law? Yeah, that guy. He just killed a cat.
Yeah.
In his own house because he said he was suicidal. Like, there's your red flags.
Yes.
Time to go, Leanne.
All these high school dropout detectives we got here.
Oh, I know.
Well, but the good thing is after this, Leanne said, nah, bruh, and moved out into her own apartment. So at least she's like, maybe I shouldn't stay in this house anymore. That's still not me going, I'm leaving the country. I'm getting as far away from you as possible.
Right.
So, but she moved out into her own apartment. So at least she took some steps, right? So now he's no longer living with Leanne, and divorce proceedings were starting to take place. In July of 1999, Mark begged Leanne to take him and his 11-year-old children in. Please take us back. You know, I got nothing. Got no job. Okay. I'm going to be homeless. Gave her a sob story. So she allowed them to move into her apartment.
Oh, come on.
But she was reluctant. But still, she allowed them to move into her apartment.
Not smart.
So now everything is set for disaster. And disaster surely found its way. Mark Barton called his attorney and changed his will on Monday, July 26, 1999, leaving everything to his children. The following day, Mark lost $20,000 trading stocks.
Oh, come on.
That night, Tuesday, July 27th, 1999, Mark Barton took a hammer and killed Leanne in her sleep. He then stuffed her body in the closet. When morning came, Barton took his children to get their hair cut. It was probably already in his mind what he was going to do next. He spoke to his mother that evening, and she remembers him acting strangely but couldn't place what was going on with him. When Matthew and Michelle went to sleep, Mark Barton crept back into their shared bedroom and killed them with the same hammer he had killed Leanne with. Bam. He then took the children's bodies, it's going to get weird, put them in a bathtub where he washed their bodies, and then tucked them back into their beds.
What?
Besides, beside the children's bodies, he also left a handwritten note asking God to take care of them.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either.
We're dealing with evil.
Yeah.
He's real evil. But it's just, imagine him taking these children's bodies, bathing them, cleaning them up, after you bludgeoned them to death with a hammer, and then tucking them in like you're the best dad in the world.
Oh, I know.
It's weird.
And then leaving a note like, God, please take care of these kids that I murdered because I'm an evil dick.
Yeah.
In the living room, Mark Barton left a longer note for authorities. where he said he was sorry and that he wished he hadn't done what he did. On Thursday, keep in mind, we're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, now Thursday. So he's staying in the house with these dead bodies. On Thursday, July 29th, Mark Barton called and changed his will again, leaving everything to his mother and making it clear that his children were to be buried beside their mother. Hello, red flags.
Yeah.
Right.
He left the home for the last time and went to the Momentum Securities office where he had worked as a day trader. You remember that was one of the buildings? On his way in, Mark spotted an ex-coworker outside smoking and asked the man, "Hey, you sticking around for the bloodbath?"
What?
Another red flag.
Yeah.
Once inside, Mark asked to see a supervisor, and many thought he was just there to try and get his job back. Comes in like, "Hey, let me speak to such and such." The supervisor, however, was out of the building, and eventually Mark Barton grew tired of waiting. Around 2:50 p.m., Barton told one of the day traders in the office, "It's a bad trading day, and it's about to get worse." Barton then took out a 9mm Glock and a .45 caliber Colt from under his shirt and shot the man.
Jesus.
Barton then began walking around the office and shooting people, mocking them as he did, saying things like, "I hope I'm not upsetting your trading day."
Wow.
A man inside the office called 911, but was put on hold and had to call back.
What?
Called 911 like, "There's crazy." There's just, hold on a second, I'm ordering lunch. Once again, what the hell was going on with investigations, police work, 911? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on hold. So this guy has to call back.
Unbelievable.
By that time, Barton was leaving the office where he had left 4 dead and several injured.
Damn.
He then headed across the street to Alltech, which was another trading association that Barton had ties to previously. Barton walked past the secretary in that building, telling her, quote, "I hope this doesn't ruin your day." And he entered a meeting room where employees were gathered, unaware of what had happened next door. Barton began shooting the employees and clients in the building. When he fled again, 5 more were dead and several more injured. Police in the Atlanta area began searching for Barton. Finally.
It took what, 13 people to be dead?
I mean, there's 9 dead, but a bunch of them are injured.
Yeah.
And
I was saying, like his kids.
Well, you got his kids and his wife.
Yeah.
But you think about the other 2 that died before that.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, this guy's like going building to building, killing people. Then he decides to jump in his van. 5 hours after the shooting, Mark Barton attempted to abduct a woman in a shopping mall parking lot in Kennesaw, Georgia. The young woman screamed and ran away, but a witness was able to give police a description of the vehicle, which they discovered to be that of Mark Barton. Soon, there were several police cruisers following Mark Barton, who was unaware and actually stopped at a gas station in Ackworth, which was 5 miles northwest of Kennesaw. When Barton stopped, officers surrounded him. With no way out, he turned one of his guns on himself and committed suicide. Mark Barton was 44 years old.
A coward.
The rampage to this day is still one of the deadliest rampages in Atlanta's history. And it should have never happened.
Exactly.
You had him pinned at the 2 murders
Right.
from the get-go. Dead to rights.
Yep.
But because we suck at our jobs sometimes,
Yep.
you caused another family to be killed, including his children.
Which we've heard many times now, where if they just did their job to begin with.
Yeah. But, I mean, the job was already done for him. Like,
Right.
This guy brings evidence to his house.
Right.
They're like, yeah, you're good.
Plus, you have call it circumstantial evidence or whatever. You have a life insurance policy coming out, and you have a mistress that you know about.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe we're just real smart and we don't know it. Like maybe we're reading through these stories and maybe a lot of people are like, yeah, but I don't know if he did it. But maybe we're like such geniuses, the three of us, that we're like, how do you miss this?
I can see that.
If Columbus Police needs anybody, we can just give us a call.
I think it would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, by the way that they were back then, and it wasn't even that far or long ago, like, I literally, with the knowledge I have right now, no schooling, I could have been the chief of police of something.
Oh, yeah.
Because they was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That just blew my mind that you said that.
Why?
Because I just pictured you as a chief of police somewhere and was like, golly. Maybe in Mayberry. Like Andy Griffith.
That's perfect.
Where all you had to worry about was, what was his name? He came around busting the windows in the Andy Griffith show. Because he wanted the uniform to be in the Army. God, I can't remember.
I know, I can't either.
I love that show. You want to watch good, wholesome TV? Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
I don't know why that pertains to this murder podcast we just talked about. That's the story of Mark Barton.
The scumbag.
Definitely. I mean, we went a long way with him.
Mm-hmm.
He went from him being
It's a good,
insane.
It's a good story, though.
Yeah.
To killing his wife and his mother-in-law to be with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sucking at the stock market.
Yeah, really
to
bad.
the point where he's like, I'm going to kill the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Kills the cat. That wasn't enough. Ends up killing his new wife and his children, his own children, and then going to work like, I'm going to my old job. Because he didn't work there anymore. He was already fired. He's like, I'm going to go to my old job and just wipe a bunch of people out.
Dude did too much acid growing up.
Maybe that's what it was.
Could have been.
But that's the story of Mark Barton. What do you got for me, Rex?
All right, go to our Facebook page, give us a like. Any comments, questions, ideas, you can email us at eviltransgression@gmail.com. Dustin?
eviltransgression.com. You can find all the things you need. And also leave us reviews. Any reviews. So.
Like that awesome one we read at the beginning of the episode.
Exactly.
Yes. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's about all I got.
Cool.
That was quick, to the point.
Yeah.
Get your evil transgressions gear. Say that fast. Evil transgression
I've been
gear.
doing this for over 100 episodes. I think they get the point.
Maybe.
Yeah, but unless it's somebody new and this is their first episode.
True.
Well, they probably won't be back.
Thanks, Dustin.
I feel good, though. Feel good with that episode.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes you just get through one and you're like, yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one that's going to make us famous.
Still waiting.
It'll happen.
We'll have the same conversation next week.
Hey, if you're on TikTok, go find us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put some silly ones on.
We do.
We have to do a lot more.
We don't
make
have
a
that many up.
It's usually Dustin recording me for no reason. Like, you know.
You can find us though on there at Evil Transgression.
Okay.
That's normally what they call us.
Yeah. So
unless it's Twitter and then it's Evil T.
Yeah.
Because like Twitter's like, you can't use all those characters.
Oh, yeah.
Makes our brain explode.
Go to TikTok and just type in @Evil Transgression. You'll find us. You'll see Josh's big ass head as he's in the videos. So yeah,
big ass head.
I wasn't special enough to get a video today.
You're in one video on there. I'm not in any. So
well, do one of yourself.
Yeah, you're usually the one that's like creeping around with a phone. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Check us out and join us again next week. So until then, Evil Mob.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.